What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video we're talking England rugby. They faced a lot of criticism in the media with obviously Owen Farrell, poor form, Eddie Jones, England not really capitalising on victories, and obviously once they lost to Scotland the media just had it on for them. Now former Lions player has now said Eddie Jones needs to be sacked, wrong man for the job, and Farrell shouldn't be involved. It's a tough one to debate, and I think we all can debate this for long. Andy Powell has stated this, and you know, it's a tough one. Owen Farrell has been a part of England for quite some time. He's done good things, and he's obviously done his famous things. He's a remarkable talent, whether you like him or not. He's been in bad form, but how do you fix a bad form? You drop a guy, you bring him back, see how he does. Or you have to have a coaching staff that are able to adapt and work on the weaknesses and get them strong. Let's not forget, obviously, the Premiership was interrupted with Saracens' drama. So Farrell's obviously distracted by that, not making excuses for him. He's a great talented player, and I think once he hits form, he's one that a team could miss. I've always said he should be in most of the squads that I've selected, whether he's centre or fly half. Obviously George Ford, nearly called him Bridge again, has been dominating for the number 10 and has done extremely well. But I think Farrell at centre is still an opportunity. Should he be a part of the team? Yes. Should he be in the starting lineup? Well, maybe test that out a bit. Put him on the bench, see what he can do. What strategies can he offer to the team? Can he adapt? Can he bring something different by coming from the bench onto the main field at second half? That can do a lot of wonders to players, because then they start to think, I'm not the all-important one, and it might give him a shock to get back into form. I wouldn't kick Farrell out anytime soon. I think he's got a long way to go. I think he's still going to be an asset in the British and Irish Lions tour, and I still believe he's an asset to England. Although they lost to Scotland, they still picked up a victory in the next one, and although maybe it's not as pretty as a lot of people think, still got to acknowledge that yes, his form is bad and he didn't make an impact in any of these games, but I still got to give credit and respect to the player. I'm pretty sure, I'll almost guarantee he will bounce back. He's brilliant. Now on to Eddie Jones. Eddie Jones, right man for the job for England. That's a tough one, because who is the right man for England? It's a tough team to coach. So many strong personalities, so many players from different backgrounds. You know, you've got to really know your things if you want to coach a team like England that has a history. It's the only Northern Hemisphere team to win a World Cup. You know, the high expectations, the media is flipping on them, and the crowd is obviously passionate, but can also be cruel when they're not winning. It's a tough one, because you either love or hate England, so you got that pressure. I believe Eddie Jones has handled that extremely well. I understand the faults in England and how they haven't been able to capitalise in pressure situations. For example, the World Cup final, Scotland, you know, they weren't pretty games. The start of the Italy game, Italy were looking good in that first half, and then England just came back to dominate. But we predicted that. So can we really judge England's result? This weekend they're taking on Wales. What a game that should be. Wales undefeated. Wales, yes, have just won that last game against Ireland, but Scotland, but they still won. There's a lot on the line for Eddie Jones and Owen Farrell, and I think if they don't perform this weekend, then maybe you'd have to start thinking about who should be where and who should be what. But I find Eddie Jones is the right man for the English job, and I think he should still go on until the next World Cup. Think of what he's achieved. Yes, there's been bad times, but there's also been good times. He's won the Six Nations title, World Cup finalist, was number 2 in the world, should technically have been number 1 in the world if we don't count South Africa. So there's still great things that Eddie Jones has done. But one big game like a loss to Scotland, Twickenham in the first time in so many years, obviously the media is not happy, and the media are cross, and the media want to see people fired. But for me, I think Eddie Jones is the right man for the job. I think he should stay there. And I think Owen Farrell should be also given him another chance. Maybe not the starting lineup, maybe put him on the bench, but then see what happens from there. But yeah, I think they should still be involved. I think there's still a lot for both of these guys to offer. And I respect Eddie Jones, whether you love or hate the guy. He's a talented bloke, and I think he's still got a lot to offer. You know, we're 2 years away from the Rugby World Cup. We've had a year of COVID-19, full of confusion, full of distress. Obviously, teams are going to flop and fail and do things that you not want them to do. But rather have the coach that has been there for quite a few years, who's taken them to a World Cup. I still think he's the man for the job. And if England want another chance of winning a title, Eddie Jones is probably your man. But hey, I'm just a South African giving my own thoughts and talk and advice. We'll see what happens when the real boys start talking. That's going to do it for today's video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys real soon for another one. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.